If you ask the president of Cameroon where he would want to celebrate his birthday, he will possibly tell you Paris. And he does. If you ask somebody from Angola, they would possibly tell you Lisbon. If you ask somebody from Nigeria, or holding all factors constant, where they would want to be, London.
In this powerful and emotional message, PLO Lumumba shares about the state of democracy and elections in Africa. He reveals why political leaders, corruption, and tribal politics have turned elections into a matter of life and death. Welcome again to this channel. If you're new here, kindly hit that subscribe button and watch this video to the end, because it is an eye-opener, especially about the democracy of Africa in general. Professor Lumumba says it is absurd in Africa where we do periodic elections, but in actual sense, we all know the dictators are the one in charge of elections. Many countries in Africa have staged elections, and the incumbents have gone ahead to rig these elections using the military apparatuses, the government apparatuses like military, police, and all security agencies. Case in point here in our neighboring country, that is Tanzania, where the incumbent, that is Samia Suluhu, is swearing in as the president. But we all know this election was rigged. According to the Electoral Commission in Tanzania, they say that Samia Suluhu won with 97.7%. Imagine. But her political rival, that is Tundu Lissu, was imprisoned and did not participate in the elections. A lot of opposition figures were arrested. Chaos and violence and bloodshed is happening in Tanzania. And the African Union is silent about this. What are we supposed to do as Africans? I think this is the time for us to rise. A lot of things are happening in Africa. According to PLO Lumumba, the only avenue where you can go and become rich in a short time is in politics, and maybe starting a church. This undermines democracy. This undermines development. Recently we had an election where an old man from Cameroon won election, but we all know it was rigged. 92-old beer says he won election, but many of his opponents were arrested. The opposition disputed this election, saying it was made with violence. And African Union is silent about this. What are we supposed to do as Africa? Africa is bleeding. In not more than 60 days, Uganda is going to polls. We pray that this doesn't turn into a bloody situation. Watch this to the end.
Today, we are in a crisis. And I'm suggesting that part of our crisis is not only the colonial, but the post-colonial. And as I speak now, what is undermining our development is that there is a new scramble for Africa. The new scramble for Africa is a little bit more different. It is not, they will allow us to have our leaders. We'll elect our presidents. We'll elect our governors. We'll have our ministers. That will happen, but they are not bothered. After we have elected them, you'll then see them sending their arrows ahead. You'll see Bill Gates come and meet your president. You'll see Tony Blair come and meet your president. You'll see Macron come and meet your president. You'll see all of them. And then they will never admit, but they'll be told, if you want money in agriculture, behave this way. If you want money in this area, behave this way. They will never tell that to the Chinese. They will never tell that to the Indians. They will never tell that to the Vietnamese. They will never tell that to the Koreans. But in Africa, they tell us. That is why, as I speak to you now, under this new scramble, the IMF and the World Bank are back, telling you who to hire in your universities, what to sell and what not to sell. It is a sad situation. So today, as I look at Africa in that new scramble, the Chinese are here, the Turks are here, the British are here, the French are here, the Qataris are here, the Americans are here this time round. They are so subtle that we don't even recognize them, but they control us. What are we going to do about it? In order to develop, we must do something. I want you to look at many African countries, both physically and otherwise. When we regained independence, we had constitutions which were referred to as the Westminster Model Constitution. The Constitution of Nigeria is Westminster Model. Until, of course, you wrote your own constitution in the 1907. Kenya, Westminster Model. Zambia, Westminster Model. And it is never lost on me that the house that was occupied by the colonial governor is the very same that is occupied by the independence president. It has never been lost on me that when we form government, we have the same nomenclature that they use ministers. When you go to our parliaments, the white wigs that they use is what our speakers still use. If you look at the way we make decisions, we still have the mace. The way they address their judges, my lord, and I'm a lawyer and we do that. And we think it's such a great thing when we say, my lord. The same thing. In other words, we are mentally captured. Particularly those of us who have had the advantage of formal European education, they don't worry about us. They can predict how we are going to behave. First of all, we are going to speak in English as we are speaking, not in Yoruba, or in Fulani, or Fulfude, or Gibo. They can think that we are going to speak in French, and we even sometimes measure intelligence on one's ability to speak a foreign language. He is very intelligent. He speaks good French. As if you cannot be intelligent when you speak Igbo, or Fulani, or Fulfude. I'm very happy that the federal government has now said that they are going to teach some of these languages in lower classes. That is, and I'm saying this, that we may understand that we have a governance crisis.